Hi, everyone, and welcome to Teleperformance's exclusive podcast. I'm Audrey Thomas, Communications Coordinator here at TPUSA, and I'm super excited to be here today with an amazing group of people who you all will get to meet in just a couple of minutes. Before we get started, I want to make sure that all of our team members and anyone else who may be watching or listening has the best insight on how to stay up to date on all of our podcasts. Teleperformance has created such an awesome environment for us to be able to connect all over the world with our very own Spotify channel and playlist. So, for the avid podcast listeners, these are great for just audio. But I know there are a lot of people out there that are going to be just like myself who like to put a visual with what they're hearing. So, we also have a space for that. If you head on over to YouTube and follow Teleperformance's USA channel, you'll be notified every time we post a podcast. Now, to kick things off today, I'm happy to introduce my co host, Logan Joy. Logan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what we're going to be talking about today, and really throughout the whole month of February, and who all of these other amazing people here with us today are?
Thanks, Audrey. Hi, everyone. My name is Logan Joy. I'm part of the employee engagement team for the U.S. And with employee engagement, we're actually dedicated to hosting and promoting events to support diversity, equity, and inclusion. And with each month having a different focus during February, we want to celebrate Black History Month. So, one of our recent additions to the Teleperformance Employee Resource Group is actually our Black at TP board. And what we want to do is kind of just give a little bit more backstory on what it is that they are doing for teleperformance. So they had actually kind of kicked off at the end of 2021, and they're helping put an emphasis on the diverse culture at teleperformance. So throughout this month, I'm so excited to be able to say that they're going to be helping us introduce Black History Month in this podcast and to tell us a little bit more about Black at TP, how to get involved, and kind of discuss some of the different topics revolving around Black history. So, to give a little bit more information on what we'll be discussing during this four-part series, we're actually going to kick it off today by introducing the amazing board members with Black at TP. And then our second part is going to be a deeper dive into Black History Month. And we're going to kind of talk a little bit more with some of our board members about what exactly Black history means to them. And the third part of this is going to be surrounded around the 2022 theme that's actually Black health and wellness. And then to close out our four-part podcast series, we are going to showcase, recognize, and celebrate some of our leadership at TP.
Thanks, Logan. And I'm also really excited to hear from everybody at the Black at TB board as well. Before we move into that, to really truly kick us off and introduce that board, I want to introduce a very special guest speaker that we have on today. She is our Global Chief Client Officer, Miranda Collard. Miranda, you originally sparked the Employee Resource Group kickoff with TP Women coming up on almost 3 years ago. Since then, you've really been the driving force to push more ERGs, such as Black at TP that we're here talking about today, Asian at TP that just recently launched, and Latin X at TP, along with things like veteran groups and a group for the LGBTQAA plus community that I know is also coming. Can you talk a little bit more about what the passion behind those employee resource groups is for you, how you laid that groundwork for each of those, and what the long term goals and benefits are for the organization as a whole with these groups in place?
For me, as a many-yeared, over 27-year veteran of TP, one of the key cultural elements of this company from Daniel Julian across the board has been that we are a people-centric organization. As a global company, we have embraced our cultural diversity. We're very, very aware of how much better we are when we look around the table and we see differences in each other, whether that's cultural, gender, LGBTQIA plus, veterans, whatever it may be. We know that we become a stronger organization because of it. For my personal passion, I know in driving gender equality and other DEI efforts inside of the organization is some of the most important work that I will ever do in my career. I'm so grateful to have the platform with Teleperformance to be entrepreneurial and supported and nourished in order to help our organization continue to strengthen our DEI efforts. I love the fact that we have the opportunity to do these things, that we are able to provide for our communities and our people, and it's just an incredible feeling. And with that, I would love to introduce our board, first with Jen Anderson, who is the executive sponsor and has helped us kick off our Black at TP efforts right here in the US.
Thank you, Miranda. I appreciate the introduction. So my name is Jen Anderson, and I'm a division president working for Miranda. I've been with Teleperformance for just over a year, and I'm excited to share with you sort of where the idea came up for this employee resource group. First, what I want to do is share with you our mission. Our Black at TP mission is to serve as a resource to the organization, to positively influence the environment, to ensure professional development of all Black at TP, and to assist the organization in achieving its diversity and inclusion plans. So when we think about the opportunity that we came up with in 2021, this was a new person, myself, joining the company. We headed into February for Black History Month, and I actually reached out to Miranda and I said, hey, what are we doing? What are we doing to celebrate this month? And she said, I think it would be really great if you kicked something off, if you've got some ideas. So in less than a couple of weeks, we were able to do some learnings. We were able to do a spotlight on Mo, whom you'll get to hear from here in a moment. And really that was the genesis of saying, this is great that we celebrated the month, but we want to provide an avenue and a vehicle for people all year long, right? We want to be able to really work in the community, work across our company to provide opportunities that may not have been seen. Maybe they were there, but they haven't been seen. So I'm very excited to be supporting this organization. It's near and dear to me. I have a Black family and 3 daughters that are all Black and a granddaughter that's Black. And yes, I am actually old enough for that. But it's been very important for me to think about the opportunities for my children, right? And so putting this forward is just my one piece of trying to contribute to that in our community. So with that, I will go ahead and hand it over to Mo.
Hey, thanks, Jen. Great hearing about you and appreciate the intro. So my name is Monair Scott. I am the Vice President over the telecommunications line. And I've been with Teleperformance collectively over about 15 years. How I got involved with Black at TP is what Jen said. They did a spotlight last year for Black History Month on me. And from there, the ball just got rolling. I was really excited to be a part of that. I think it's important to have a voice. I think it's important that our company allows us the opportunities to express ourselves and have open dialogue and communication. And if it wasn't for Miranda and Jen really starting this process, we wouldn't be here being able to do that today. So I'm really glad that Teleperformance has taken a hard stance on having some directional and intentional change inside this company. And that's one of the reasons why I love Teleperformance. So my role is on the board. I am the president of the board. I am lucky enough to work with all these amazing people. And the person I'm going to introduce next is actually my right-hand person. And I'm going to pass the torch over to Amanda.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Mo. Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda Colas. Been with TP now for about 7 months. I am the VP Global Client Solutions. It's funny, I think about how I got involved with Black at TP, and it really started with one of the interns that told me about the ERG that was being built and all the work that he was doing with the team. His name was Darius, I believe. And as I was new to the organization, he was just like, this is something that we're starting. We'd love to have leaders like yourself participate. And of course, I was still new in the organization, wanted to find my home, right? As I left an organization, I was there for about 6 years. And so it was a really great opportunity to reach out and meet with leaders like Mo and Bryson. I think I found time with Mo. We had like a quick 30 minutes and we just gelled. And, you know, they say great minds think alike. And all the ideas that just came out of the conversation, I said, this is my home and this is the place I need to be and really participate and really get engaged in this ERG. So really excited to be here. I'd love to pass it on to another great leader here. I'll pass it on to Bryson to do his introduction.
Good day, everyone. My name is Bryson Randalls. I'm an account manager. How I got involved with Black at TP? Well, I have known Mo for a couple of years now, and when the ERG was getting started, he reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested, and I jumped on the opportunity. One of the things that's very important to me is giving back. You know, I didn't get here by myself without any help from anyone, and so any opportunity that I have to impart wisdom, share strengths, and help bring out the best in anyone that I come into contact with, and I normally jump on those opportunities. And our primary purpose behind the ERG being that we give back to all of our TP and counterparts, then I definitely want to make sure that I'm a part of that. And the board they're amazing. I've worked with Mo previously. Getting to know Amanda has been absolutely amazing, as has it been with Tamia, and I'm really excited for what we have to come. With Black at TP, I am the creative director, as I like to call it, of the Black at TP newsletter. We send the newsletter out on a quarterly basis, and with Black History Month being so important, we're doing a special issue of that. But stay tuned. A lot of good information to come. A lot of really interesting information that I think you'll all really enjoy reading. And with that, I'm going to pass it on over to Tamia.
Hi, everyone. I am Tamia Hopkins. I am a compliance manager. I became involved with Black at TP back in June of last year, where I became an intern, and I was able to assist and really participate in the first employee resource group meeting that we had. I've been able to work with amazing people here. So that's really how I got involved. My role right now is currently looking through vendor selection. It's really giving me a chance to communicate with Black-owned businesses, and it's going to be great, especially with this upcoming year. We'll have new swag, but we'll also be able to support Black vendors.
All right. Thank all of you for those awesome introductions. And I think I know all of you all, with the exception of maybe Tamia and Jen, pretty well. I've got to work with Amanda on other employee resource groups with TP Women. Bryson and me work together on the newsletter, and I bug Mo about everything under the sun. So there's that. So now that we do know the roles for all of the board members here for Black at TP, I want to dive a little bit deeper into what exactly Black at TP is, what it means to the organization, what you all have in store for 2022, and just the benefits of this employee resource group to all of our team members.
So let me kind of kick it off a little bit here and just put a little perspective around what Black at TP is. It's we're providing a community that fosters recruitment, collective engagement, professional advancement, and all the while empowering our members to bring their authentic selves. We are a very inclusive group. You don't have to be Black to be part of Black at TP. Really what this is about is understanding our differences and celebrating those and finding a very safe place for us to be able to do that. And like I said before, I think it's incredible that our company is very intentional in their direct in regards to diversity and inclusion. It is imperative that we have a voice and that we're able to speak to each other and be able to help our company bring in others as well to help fill some of these seats. So one of the things that we're doing with Black at TP is we want to be able to help source resumes. We want to be able to help mentor and educate the folks who are already inside of this company. We want to make sure that their voices are heard and that they're not being left out of the progress. And lastly, I would say before I pass it to Amanda is we are not just going to be an echo chamber. We are going to be intentionally and directionally supporting our frontline leaders as well, making sure that the agents and our managers in the front lines hear our voices, they participate in these ERGs, and they are bringing their wealth of knowledge, and we're supporting them as they grow in teleperformance as well. So it's not just about being Black at TP, but it's really the holistic view of growth from being an agent all the way up to executive leadership, between mentorship, internship, um, communication, newsletters, those kind of things to help us all be a part. So that's what Black at TP is, and I look forward to what we do in 2022. And I'll pass to Amanda so she can give us a little bit more update around kind of what we're looking at for 22.
Yeah, thanks, Mo. I really love that word intention, right? We are leading with intention this year in 2022 as we kind of look at our strategy. We actually have a strategy session because we really want to be targeted about our focus this year, as we have about 3 to 4 areas that we're really thinking about. One is talent pipeline. Mo mentioned looking at resumes and recruitment efforts, and really trying to make sure we build a level of diverse leaders within the organization. We're also going to be tackling engagement, right? Like, how do we get folks more involved? Maybe having virtual happy hours, getting finding platforms for us to get together, to get to know each other, which is, really a focus of ours. We're going to double down on town halls. Of course, Black History Month is in effect, so we're going to continue to be engaged in activities during this month. So exciting, fun things to keep folks, having fun within the ERG. And then the third area is our professional development, right? This is where mentor and sponsorship will sit, right? Us developing the diverse talent within the organization, making sure that we have pipelines from our interns to managers, to specialists, to directors, to VPs, right? Making sure that we support and nurture these talents within our ERG. And then the last, I think about the operations. We call it operations, but it's really engaging with our frontline employees, right? How do we get them more active? How do we help them and support them in their roles? Making sure that teleperformance is a fun place to be, where they feel they have a voice and that they can speak up, and they have a community within our ERG. So many fun things to come in 2022, but of course we need, help. We need additional resources to help us build this ERG. So we ask if there are any individuals that would love to partake, please reach out to any of the board members. We are here with open arms to accept any help of any kind. I'm going to put that into the podcast and hopefully get some more folks with us and engaged. But 2022, we're really excited. More to come, so stay tuned.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much, Amanda and Mo. So we're actually going to kind of keep going with exactly what else is going to be in store for 2022 with Black at TP, and kind of how this is helping the organization, what's involved with it, and how other people can get involved. So I know, Mo, you had mentioned, you don't necessarily have to be Black to be on Black at TP, be a part of it. So we kind of want to talk a little bit more about that and see who all can get involved and the different resources that you guys have to let everyone know, here's what you can do, here's how you can get involved, and just the different things that Black at TP does bring to the table. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Jen.
Thank you very much. So, we have so many ideas, and as Amanda said, it takes all of us really thinking creatively and out of the box, and we need the great minds and the passion to help build this ERG. I think we're off to a great start. It was mentioned earlier, and I have to say it again, this is for everybody. This is, in my mind, this was really, started because I think we needed this forum, but also a forum for allies to come in and support and learn in a very safe space. That I think is something that is key in importance to all of us across the board. And if I just take kind of a step back from a personal perspective, a lot of TP leaders recently posted and shared something about their wishes for 2022. And so I just want to share mine because I think that it really ties into kind of the genesis of what we have here. So my wish for 2022 is that love is chosen more often, that as a global community, we learn to come together, to heal fractures, embrace change, and celebrate what makes each of us unique. And that celebration, right, I think is what is so important, because we've all got a lot with everything that we've come through with COVID and a number of other items that have been really difficult, particularly in the US. And so this is the time to heal. And this is where we start doing this, by building this community that we support each other. So again, the more the merrier. Please come join, check it out. We would love to have you. So with that, I'll turn it over to Bryson too.
Thank you, Jen. One of the ways that we will be able to communicate is, as I mentioned earlier, I'm the creative director of the Black at TP newsletter, is that newsletter. It's something that will provide information on a quarterly basis, what's happened and what's to come and what's going on, and how we can get engaged and how we can stay in contact with the TP family. And so if you're interested in being a part of Black at TP, we do have our registration form, and it's enclosed in each and every one of our newsletters. And so what we would ask for would just be your name, some brief information, and how we can get in contact with you. And once we have that, if you're just looking for more information or you'd like to be a part of, please fill out the form and we will follow up with you. And I will go ahead and pass it on over to Tamia. Thank you.
So Black at TP is bringing forth a lot of new initiatives this year. And so the best way to be involved is through our action committees. So we do have internship initiative, leadership initiative, and possibly a mentorship. So we would like for everyone to come and be involved. You can actually be in more than one. There's no limit.
Awesome. And awesome, Tamia. Thanks so much. If I could just add one thing about the ERGs and really getting involved and getting engaged. The secret sauce to working on an ERG is there's some professional development aspects that you really gain in working within the ERGs, right? You get a chance to lead with influence. You get a chance to lead initiatives and get people together. You get a chance to work on something that you're passionate, and you get a chance to share your story, right? Part of the ERGs is getting a chance to learn about each other and our background, so we're better human beings, right? We're better at listening to each other's voices. And so, Black at TP, that's what we're really trying to embody. We're really trying to get folks to get involved, learn something new, strengthen your skill sets, and really work on something passionate.
Amanda, if I can just jump on top of that, I love what you said. I agree with that. I also think, and Mo mentioned this, but a part of this group is when we think about supporting our front line and really drawing opportunities. So I started out as an agent many, many moons ago, and I remember early in my career, you kind of get to a place where you wonder, gosh, can I do more than be on the front line and in the center? And it's hard to see that there are tons of opportunities out there, and we have a commitment and a responsibility to try to help the talent within this organization. And I think this is another avenue, just as you mentioned, where you can learn a lot through the engagement, but also just through the opportunities that come up that that we're pushing around internships and learning opportunities.
Well, I know that we're getting close to the end of our podcast, so I just want to thank the board for being here, all the hard work that you guys have done over the last year. Looking forward to all the success we're going to have in 2022. I definitely want to give a special thanks to Jen and Miranda. You guys are life-changing folks. Without you guys, who knows where we would be. I really appreciate the forward thinking and being very intentional on the changes that you want to make and giving us an opportunity to do that. I want to also thank Audrey and Logan. We have spent a lot of time together just getting these things put together. You've helped us so much in regards to newsletters, ideas, communication, podcast. There's a lot of work that's being done behind the scenes that these folks would never know. But I just want to thank you guys out loud and intentionally say we appreciate you. Like we talked about, through this podcast, there are a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, right? We have newsletters happening, we have mentorships, we have action committees, and we are asking people to get involved. And I'll share a personal story for myself where I think Black at TP has absolutely helped me in my career and my ability to communicate. When we were creating our Black History Month agenda, the calendar, we had to have honest and deep conversations with each other about what we were thinking. And it wasn't always the easiest conversations. And then I, at one point, just stopped the conversation and said, hey, we're all friends. We're all in here trying to do the best that we can. And we're going to speak clearly and honestly. And that was probably the first time in my career where I've ever felt like what I was getting ready to say was going to be pretty important, and I didn't want to be afraid to say what I was going to say. But going through that process with this team took a ton of weight off my shoulders, and also I think freed the others to be able to perfect. Now let's have a conversation. Let's keep moving forward. And I think it really allowed us, freed us up to be able to speak honestly and freely with each other. And that's what this ERG is all about. It is that example. It's not a race thing. It's not just about being Black. It is about communication, understanding, and listening, and knowing that you might have perception. That's okay. But if you're willing to listen, that perception may change and you may have a different viewpoint. And that's all we're asking. And the best way you can do that is what everyone else said, is be involved, be engaged, and just, if you don't want to be a part of the Black at TP, that's okay. Please come to our meetings. Please read the newsletter. Those small things really help us a ton, and will hopefully help you as well, kind of see what we want to do with Teleperformance. And with that said, I just want to say, Audrey, thank you for all that you've done. You guys have been fantastic. I look forward to the rest of these events. And honestly, if there's anything else that we can do that you guys need from us, let us know. If you're listening, you need our support, don't be afraid to reach out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mo. I really appreciate that. And I'm so glad that we are able to work with you and help kick off Black at TP, and also Black History Month. It means a great deal to everybody. And as I had mentioned at the beginning, so this is a 4-part series. So this is just the beginning. And we will be airing these each Monday throughout the month. So please, please, please take time to continue to join us. Check out the podcast, see what we're talking about each week. You will see a lot of the same faces, but there will be some additional folks that are going to be joining us as guest speakers throughout the month to kind of talk about each topic as well. So we have much more to come.
Awesome. And, I was going to just honestly wrap it up and kind of talk, about how you can see these podcasts, but there's been a word that's come up several times today, and I think that it's important that we just put it out there again. Every single person on this call has said the word intentional today. And that to me is going to be a huge, huge piece of this. Like I, said earlier, I've worked with Amanda some with TP Women. I do sit on the board for TP Women in the United States. And we've made such huge strides in the past 3 years. And every bit of that move, every move we make has been very intentional and very well thought out. And I think that it kind of set the tone for these other ERGs that are being created. And you all are making those strides so fast. And I just want to say thank you all for coming on, letting us be a part of this. I think it's awesome, the partnership. When, you all reached out, and it's been hit on a couple of times today. When you guys reached out to me, it was, that perception of like, I don't know how I would be involved with Black at TP, but it's awesome to know that everybody is able to be involved. We've done a lot of work on it already. So thank you all for the work you've done. Thank you for coming on today. obviously, I'm all in. I'm happy to help with anything I can, and an ally all the way 100%. So thank all of you all. So I do want to bring it back and just talk about how you all are going to be able to hear these podcasts for everybody that's listening. They are going to be every Monday throughout the month of February, obviously starting today. And then for the next 3 weeks, we'll have another podcast up. So be sure, if you haven't already done it, you're out there on Spotify, you follow Teleperformance's playlist, you follow the podcast channel, and you'll get a notification every single time that we post one of these. And not just us, it's from all over the world. So you're going to hear some awesome things on that channel. For YouTube, if you want the visual, it's Teleperformance USA on YouTube. Be sure you like and subscribe to that channel and check out all of the podcasts we've already got on there and then what's coming up. So for everybody listening, we'll be back next week. And thank you all again for being here.